Welcome back, guys. We last left off our townsfolk. They were digging beds, I think, for personal rooms down in the basement. Upstairs, we had some flowers that we'd built. We were going to put in some pear trees, and we had finished building off a minor part of the wood farm. We're probably still going to put some more wood into this farm, which is going to be great. But fairly soon we have to start clearing space for habitation and for our meat farm. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start that right off right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to chop down everything in this area. And we'll begin the game and we'll let it run. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to build in a building that is large enough to contain about 8 cow spawners and about 8 pig spawners and a badger and a chicken spawner. The reason for the badger and the chicken spawner is only so that if they happen to be farmed out and you don't happen to have the brain power to not kill all of them, you can then spawn them again, which I have done many times in this game. It does become a requirement that you have badgers for the skinning later on, and the chickens are pretty decent for feathers and such, which can be used for the vanity items. You can make various different hides out of cows, badgers. In my particular case, I like to use the badgers because then you get that badger hide. The animal hides are just as good, but the scoot and beaten we will have to wait on until everybody has at least some form of armor or a weapon, and then we'll come over and take out the froggies. Then we will have access to the blue radishes, the jungle trees, and the bananas, and the jungle mushrooms. So we'll be able to make jungle salad, and we'll be able to make banana pie as well as the apple and pear pies. We'll also get access to being able to put in a scoot and beaten farm, which will mean that we'll never run out of those. So that will be the ballpark plan for that one. So let's go back up here. We'll see how we're doing. They are currently still working on the apple farm, and I do apologize for the amount of time that they take to go through this whole process. As you can see by me clicking there, the speed is already on 3. It's just one of those procedural games. They will complete the tasks. It just takes a while. In the meantime, you get to listen to me and my crazy voice. You lucky, lucky thing, you. Please, don't drink that Clorox. Please. I was just kidding. I'll play some music in the background or something. Da, 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 da. Da 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 da. Yeah, okay. For the sake of everybody, I'm going to stop that. Okay, so they are chopping down those trees, which is cool. We're going to get our cut feature out here, and we're going to make sure that there is nothing else in that area that can get in the way of our farmings, because that would suck severely. Come on. Chop them all down. There we go. Now we're going to cut that down. They're going to cut down that wild wheat, guys. It will, I think with the cut wheat, it just turns it into a wheat thing and they can leave it there. Or it just gets destroyed. Okay, so, and Seminole. Good Eva. These two are going to be hard to tell the difference between T-Belt Botan, who has a curse on him forever and eternity, and Joseph, who's doing work. Good man, Joseph. So we got like good and evil there. Maybe they're, well, they can't be twins. They're from different mothers, apparently, by their last name. I guess they could be twins that were adopted. We're overthinking this entirely. Okay, so we have the ability, should we decide to start making some wood. Now we have 5 of each being done at each time, which is perfect. So we're going to put in some walls here. We'll go up here. And there's our first wall. If you wondered why I suddenly went quiet there, guys, it's because sadly I had to count those. There we go. So there is our building size in a nutshell. And because I love the fact that this game is procedural, it's going to pick up all that wood and use it for those walls. So all those trees that we just cleared out, we're going to be able to put them all in and get everything all organized there. For the sake of myself and my own brain, we always put in a gap. Why a gap? Because we're going to want to put a door in there eventually. And so I want the gap there so that it doesn't actually put up the roof until I put the door on it, which gives me the ability to put the farms in the right places and stuff without having to deal with the dodginess of taking out the roof. And you'll see why once we get a roof up. It does become important for us to be able to at least see the line up. And I mean, it's not hard to do with the building in the way, it's just not as easy. And they are doing their thing here. Go, you little good things, go. And they're going to go over there. That's the reason we built the extra carpenters instead of just, you know, 1 or 2. We've got 3. We can at least bang out a couple of pieces at a time, and it doesn't take too darn long to make. So what we're doing here is 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay, so I already had that set up. I'm going to put that in there like that. I'm pretty sure that has to go in there like that. And that should leave us enough room to create what I like to call the Chamber of Death. Because for all animals in it, it is literally just a slaughterhouse. It is one of those things where if you are slow of CPU, after a while, you usually end up having to turn the automatic modes off on the farms, because you end up with so many creatures in here that it starts to lag. What I will often do is build in a little hole in the bottom here that allows animals to fall through into subsequent levels even further down below, that allows it to fill up there, and you can end up with literally a little tower of animals that can just be farmed for their meat. So morbid, isn't it? Way overthought. That's the way I look at it. Too much free time on my hands regarding this. So that's what we do, guys, is we just put in a row like that, and you put in a chicken and a badger, just so that you've got them. You don't actually need to use them, because you primarily probably won't, unless you plan later on to do badger and chicken related stuff. I don't see that it's a bad point to having them, but you don't necessarily need them. I just like them because, well, you know, what the hell. Once they're on, once they're actually physically built, I will probably just turn them off until such time as I have a need for either eggs, feathers, or chicken meat. You know, and if it turns out that's all I can use to feed myself, then oh well. So be it. So there's our lovely area of death, and they're going to run around all over the island and collect all of the cows and the pigs, which, oh yeah, this is going to lead to very definite issues. Yeah, we're going to probably have some froggy fights coming up here soon. So before that happens, guys, and before we get too in depth, I'm going to stop us right there, and we'll come back to those froggy fights, because they're probably going to happen now that it's building all these cows and chickens. So we'll save it right there. I think DOSBox just shit its pants It's probably likely. I don't really know. Oh no.